guys, or welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. This is Esther, and on this channel I do my fashion takes, trend forecasting, trend predictions. We are at the turn of the season. We are coming out of winter, out of hibernation, and we're moving into spring. But for like fashion and life in general, I get the feeling of continuity being more what we are leaning towards than newness. You know, normally the past years, as soon as it gets lighter out and we start getting like 6 p.m. sunsets, I'm like bringing out spring, rushing out of winter. I'm not ready to like let go of my hibernation period. I feel like it will happen, but there's no force behind it. And that's reflecting how I'm dressing. And I do feel that too with what we're going to be wearing and what we want to wear. It's about continuity from the past rather than throwing away your winter knits and moving into like your brighter summer clothes. I also believe that we are less going to be focused on having a new personality each season. And we're going to be more focused on like having some comfort pieces that carries you throughout the whole year, having multiple ways of wearing one piece throughout the whole year. It's less going to be about I need a whole new summer outfit now, I need linen for this, I need this, because it's just like you lose your sense of self between if you switch up your clothing so much. So I'm just going to it's more like, oh, I'm going to carry this through. So I'm doing something new, mixing fashion, my love of fashion, style and trend, with my love of esoteric and tarot reading. And I'm going to just do some like combination reading of everything, having it reflect to style. So today I've gone for like whimsical pearls. Well, these aren't pearls, these are like silver drops, right? And it got me thinking about the Saturn moving out of Pisces and moving into Aries, and how now we're seeing some stuff in the geopolitical space that is really a reflection of like Aries energy, and it's sort of like making me not wanting to jump out of Saturn and Pisces energy just yet. And we always will, you know, it's a bigger planet, so the transitions are going to be, it's not going to be tomorrow you're going to wake up in Saturn's and Aries and going to be there's still going to be like remnants from the Saturn and Pisces actually bringing out the closure. And I feel like we're more celebrating the ending of Saturn and Pisces rather than trying to run through it, run away from that energy. So the dreamy energy, the delusion, the fantasy, a lot more nostalgia for the past, for past celebrity, past music. There's conversations on Twitter all the time about how there's no modern stars, music stars. We still listen to 90s or early 2000s R&B and hip hop. I've got a like 90s and 2000s R&B playlist now, and that nostalgia is going to be present for a while. And let's lean into it. Let's not run away from it, because it's showing us something more about feelings, intensity of feelings, what these feelings brought up, how they caressed and how they held us, and how music for today just does not tap into our emotions, our dreams the same way. And that's also connected to having celebrity culture be a soundtrack of our lives. It made our lives look better, but now celebrity culture isn't hitting the same, it isn't the soundtrack to our lives. So we're kind of having to remove the rose tinted glasses and seeing shit for how it is. So in one way it's great to look back on the past, but it's also like, has this just been keeping us apathetic and not knowing how to take action for ourselves, because we can just like escape. Escapism is such a very Piscean thing. So for style, how this will show up with celebrating Saturn leaving Pisces, I see more softer, whimsical, The Little Mermaid, life under the sea, head in the sand, head in the clouds, switched off, and wanting to create that for your life, wanting things in your life, things you buy, your home, to just keep you in that envelope, that shell keep you a little bit safe and from the harsh reality. You kind of feel like, I'm not ready for Saturn in Aries yet, fuck, what is this? But that's what I'm seeing, like a lot more like a complete fantasy. So if you feel like you want to overdress one day just because, do it. If you feel called to like tap into childhood, like childish things, I was thinking of getting like doing pink everywhere in your room and finding, you know, old toys that we used to play with as kids, Polly Pockets, you know, little figurines and toys that used to have. We had those little, and making them into bag charms and keeping them in your bag just for like keepsake, to kind of help you hold on to that little that little like innocent part of yourself that you have kind of forgotten about, and forgotten that that's where the magic is, that inner part of your heart, and finding a way in your life to connect and have that key to unlock that magic part that you always carry. So now I'm on to my reading part, and I wanted to go back to my original my original point of the video of tapping into the energy around Saturn leaving Pisces and going into Aries. But let's look at how far we've come, what we've done, what we've worked on, what we've let go of, and let's celebrate the closing of this chapter. Head in the clouds. It's sort of like coming back down to earth with a thud. You kind of have like didn't realize how much Pisces kept us invisible but visible, floating away and unaware, and kind of accompanied in like a sweet Santorini, rocking you to sleep, saying everything will be okay, but at the same time keeping you passive. The bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. Six of Cups, nostalgia. The Six of Cups always is about nostalgia, and you see this lady, she's holding on to the past, she's reminiscing, and it's sort of like, she's reminiscing on herself when she was a kid and how happy and fulfilled she was. Maybe when you first discovered something and you want to hold on, like a fashion or a piece of article or a celebrity or something, and you really are always trying to go back to that and use that as your North Star to move on. Like when I initially started this thing and how much I loved it. You know, the daydreaming, escapism, to, you know, it's that's what's being understood. That's what's being brought up. Because you could even go back to when you first discovered, like, let's say you wanted to work in fashion and you wanted to be in fashion and you idolized the fashion industry, the people in it, they look like giants, and you were like, wow, if I could just get close to them, that would be the best thing for me. And then now you're close enough and you're in the rooms and you realize this isn't like, this isn't what I thought it would be, because it doesn't feel the way I thought it would feel like. And, you know, I also said another thing on Twitter, and somebody was saying millennials are mourning the adulthood that we were promised. And that's also connected here, because the adulthood we were promised was from a previous generation. So that was their adulthood. That was their transit. That was their generational planet. Ours looks different. And we don't know what that is because it's not something that we've seen or experienced, but because what we're currently in now doesn't feel like what we thought it would be like growing up. Going back to the 90s New York archetype, energy and buzz, that's what we thought adulthood would be like, when we would be stomping the playground in our corporate lives, in our corporate jobs, in our fashion jobs, journalism jobs, you know, whatever it is that we were like, this is what I want to be when I grow up. It's not that, and that's the thing to mourn and to have grief around, and it's not pathetic or to feel like you as a kid with your Barbie dolls playing dress up or making them walk down the catwalk like they were models, like they were in fashion, like they were fashion shows. It's the child aspect of yourself that you don't want to break, because the kid version of yourself could only envision life from that innocence, and you got to hold space for her. So the cards that have come out for the reading, we have the Seven of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles reversed. I don't even think you can kind of see them in the right way, but this is sort of like putting together the story of where we are at now. The Seven of Wands is like the battle. But I'm seeing it as more as don't let the cynicism seep in. Don't let the negativity take away your whimsy, your power, your light, your fantasy, the magic. Like, you gotta fight, you gotta actively fight that off and maintain your heart space and keep it open to why you chose the creative path. Creativity is so linked to childhood and innocence, and we create genuinely from that place, and we have to do everything to protect that aspect of us so that we can create. I think that the adulthood that we are meant to inhabit is being the creator and being that in the world, because we are down on creators, but we got to hold on to our magic. And the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles together, I'm seeing this as like there is a new beginning, which we're here with. Yes, what we were promised and how we felt and how we thought it was going to feel like within the age of Pisces. It took us through like a romanticization of our lives, and Saturn in Aries is not going to be that, but it's going to be something else, and it's a new beginning. So the energy is not dead, it's not gone. Also, Aries is the child and the baby of the zodiac. It's the initiator, it's the spark of new beginnings. So let's keep that magic alive and connect it with this new beginning energy of Saturn and Aries, probably giving us some good structure of what we work, what should work, what we should go, what we should be building. But sometimes with Saturn being like a disciplinarian and Pisces being free-flowing, no boundaries, it just may seem confusing that it's asking us to stay within a structure, but also not really staying within a structure, actually being more flexible with the structure. It's like maybe when Saturn, because we kind of have it in a little bit of a wrong, we've misinterpreted that, and it makes us feel like we actually have to abandon our dreams and choose practicality, choose financial stability. And I think that maybe it's asking us to be a little bit more flexible and a bit more unconventional with our paths and what we do, and leave the old structures behind to that Saturn energy. And, let's make Saturn fun. Let's make Saturn fun in Aries. And with the Three of Pentacles reverse, it's sort of like it's a sort of dismantling to be rebuilt. It's collaboration. It's growing horizontally, not vertically. Yet it's horizontal, holding hands, and you're finding people who will be on the same wavelength as you and wanting to move in the same direction as you too, and that's always good to see and build. What another thing, take second round. Another thing I'm interested in and what I'm going to see bringing in as well is sort of woo-woo wellness, spiritual things that you can kind of incorporate into your everyday life. Like, you may do it already, but like carrying crystals with you as like a fashion accessory. Like, we've always had certain crystal gemstones used in jewelry, but now it's like more intentional because you're choosing based off of like what you need. So like you can even go for like a little rose quartz tumbler that you can just keep with you. Rose quartz is also like really nice to keep soft in your heart. You can also get like an amethyst ring. Amethyst is great for anxiety. It's great for soothing anxiety. Or any black crystal as well, like a tourmaline, obsidian. That's really good for grounding yourself too. So having that in a piece of jewelry, a bag charm, that's great. Or even just with it raw is a great way to keep with you in your everyday life as you're battling through, child, battling through. Let's tie this reading up with some advice. Environment is the Four of Swords, Four of Swords is like, I'm giving up. I've had it. I'm tired. This is terrible. This is all going to shit. I'm tired. I'm unimpressed. I'm unmoved. I'm not emotionally connected to this anymore. I've lost hope. I've run out of energy. I've run out of steam. I'm completely discouraged. That's what this is, the Four of Swords and our energy right now. But here we have Seven of Cups coming up, but as advice. And Seven of Cups is also confusing, but it's also very similar to like the Piscean like delusion, meaning that delusion is when you're not delusional with your dreams, you're kind of emotionally confused with what you think you need to give up. You see both of these, there's like, they both have the kind of rays of light shining down on them and shining up on them, and they're just both not looking in the right direction. So it's more about asking you to change. And firstly, let's let the emotions all come up. Feel them. Don't take action and don't hold the emotions and identify with them. Because once the emotional storm clears, then you'll be able to move, because you can see things differently after the storm. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Whenever you find this video, this message is for you to see, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.